Hey, what's up everyone? Fluffy Armchair Admiral here with another video about Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Before I begin today's video, I'd like to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that already, and use that bell to make sure you won't miss out on any content from me. I would also like to encourage you to join my Discord server, where you can interact with me and other Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts fans, share some of your crazy designs, suggest a cool scenario, or just chill. You can find link in description down below this video. So, welcome in the first episode of a brand new series that is a split off from Lots of Guns series that was announced a few weeks back. We are continuing to release episodes for brand new series as new episodes are showing up. So today is time to open up a new series. It will be posted alongside Naval Academy series, which was posted last week. At least first episode of that series was posted last week. This week is time to open up a custom battle series. So in this series, what I will be doing is to cover scenarios that are made by you, or eventually some scenarios that I will come up with, as well as I will cover crazy designs or ships that eventually will be posted by you. So in this week, for opening, I got a first design that was posted by one of you. So on my Discord, where eventually I'm getting those designs for, user Nicola posted, "Hello Furry Admiral, can you please make Japanese modern battleship with minimum displacement, 19 knot speed, very short, minimum bulkheads, geared turbines 2, oil, natural boilers, auxiliary engine 1, crab 4, and no barbette, anti-torp, single hull, standard bulkheads, no anti-float, and no citadel. Light shells, reduced ammo, high TNT, normal turning and reloading. No equipment except RNG C1, armor belt 450mm, and deck 250mm. Everything else to minimum or 0.1 inches. Modern Tower 1, Secondary Tower 1, small funnel, 9 9-inch guns, 1 triple 6-inch gun on a secondary barbette in front of the main tower, 6 double 5-inch guns. Please consider my request." Well, it's your lucky day, because your request has been considered, and yes, it is a topic for a first episode. So we will try to bring that ship into life and check how well it will go against enemy battleship. And I'm not gonna lie, the more I look into this design, the more of a torture it's gonna be for me to command such ship. Right, anyway, let's give it a shot. So I've set up a custom battle in year 1927 as Empire of Japan, because we are building Japanese battleship. We are going to start 20,000 meters away from enemy battleship, which will be United States battleship from the same year. So enemy will be at the same technology level as we are, considering that every custom scenario will have same technology level for each nation at the moment. I'm not sure if developers designed various different technology levels for various nations. Anyway, let's not think about that yet. So let's jump into designer and let's try to build that ship. So what we are going to need is to reduce displacement to the minimum, so 66,000 tons that is. It's going to be modern battleship design. Speed needs to be dropped to 19 knots as per design. Range was set to minimum, isn't it? Where is that? I need to take my notes. Right, range to very short and bulkheads to minimum. Great. So next one, geared steam turbines 2. So that's what we are going to install. Oil fuel, there we go, and natural boilers. Auxiliary engine 1, Fantastic. And there is no mention about shaft. So if it's not mentioned, I will consider it as it's non-existent. Crab armor 4. There we go. And no barbettes. Anti-torp, none. Single hull, fair enough. And bulkhead as standard. Okay. There's no mention about anti-flood, so I'm not going to use one. And no citadel. Well, that starts to look great, isn't it? Right. What else? Light shells. Wow. That's going to be a real torture. Reduced ammo. Well, that starts to sound even better. And high TNT. There we go. Right. No other equipment in terms of guns, and there is no mention about any torpedoes. So I'm not going to install any. From equipment section, you mentioned about rangefinder C1. Unfortunately, this one is obsolete and it's not available to me. So as a compromise, I will use the lowest available rangefinder of this type. So I'm going to use coincidence rangefinder 2 instead of 1. Well, that's the game limitation, and that's pretty much the only design change that I made so far. Right, when it comes to armor, you gave your armor in millimeters, so I managed to translate it to inches, or convert it to inches. So what you gave me is 17.7 inch of belt armor. Let me just set it. 17.7, there we go. You didn't mention about belt extended, so I consider it as 0, which is everything else. And deck armor, you've set it at 9.8 or 250 millimeters. So let me just set it. There we go, 9.8. And everything else is being dropped to 0 inches, which pretty much makes this ship a floating coffin, because like it's going to turn into Swiss cheese very, very soon. Anyway, that's it when it comes to left panel of a build. I will set a name later. Now let's try to build this ship. So you mentioned a few things when it comes to build. You've been pretty precise, even though your message was quite chaotic and short. Anyway, you wanted main tower 1, so that is exactly what I'm going to put on my ship. You also wanted secondary tower 1, which is going to go here. Fantastic. So we got our superstructure. I will move it around as I see fit when there is such need. Right. 9 9-inch guns. You've never mentioned what kind of gun configuration it is, but I assume you want 9 single guns. I will try to fit them all. However, if I can't, I will use multiple gun turrets to compensate for missing guns. Right, but before I do that, I will install a funnel, which you wanted a small funnel. So there we go. Engine efficiency will be, well, not bad. It is 99.1, providing that we just have to achieve 19 knots with geared steam turbines. So it's not bad, it's not terrible, but we aren't done yet. So you want 1 triple 6-inch guns on a secondary barbette in front of main tower, and that is going to be a problem, I think. Oh no, there is a standard barbette for secondaries. I will use tall one. There we go. And secondary triple 6-inch. There we go. So that is sorted, and then you want 6 double 5-inch guns. Okay, 6 double 5-inch guns. So I will use these slots. fantastic. And that is it when it comes to secondaries. Now it's time to fit all those 9-inch guns. So we got these. And now how do I want to do this? Right, I will use staging and try to put as many guns as possible. Can I? Okay, I can fit this one. And I can put this one. Then I can... Oh wow, there's almost no difference between them two. Right, I will use very tall ones, and let's see how many guns we can fit. Okay, this one doesn't fit, so I will have to deal with it. Let's move this one right behind, and perhaps let's install this one further to the back. Right, this one doesn't fit, so I need to push it forward a little bit. And let's see. Okay, this guy can go here. This guy can go right after. And this guy can go here. So that makes 6. Okay. Any ideas how I can put 3 more? If I would... That's going to be interesting issue. I don't have space along center line, so I will have to rely on side-mounted guns. But I still need one more space along center line, which is a little bit problematic. Because what I can do is... There we go. So I can install these two. That creates a pair. There we go. And now I need a space for one more. Or perhaps what I can do, I will remove this guy. How far I can push this thing? Okay, I can push you back, so we got 5 at the front. That's 7. So now I can put these two here at the back. Perhaps I can... Yeah, I think I will have to push that barbette further to the front. I don't want these guns to... Okay, fantastic. There we go. Okay, so that gives us some guns that can fire up front, some guns that can fire to the back. I guess that's the best idea I can come up with. Yeah, I think that's gonna be this. Right, so now we need to give it a good and Japanese sounding name, I guess. This is very unique battleship, and I hope it's going to work really well. So let's give it a well Japanese sounding name. Let's call it Samurai Jack, I guess. Okay, this is going to be our battleship. Samurai Jack it is. So, we are having a little bit offset problem. Our ship is slightly too heavy towards the front. Is there anything that I can do to remedy that? Well, there is. There is always something I can do, and I will try to do exactly that. So I will push this towers more to the back. Let's see if I would put that more to the back here, I guess. I think I could even try to go different way. I need to fit 2 more guns, so let's see if I can put them on center line. In fact, if I could put you here and perhaps you won't fit. That's a shame. Right, so we are going back to previous idea. Oops, what am I doing? Side guns, 9-inch, there we go. And now it's time to put them, for example, perhaps I can put them further to the back. How far? If I would put you here, there we go. There we go. Fantastic. I can even try to balance it a bit more, I guess. And yeah, that way I have perfectly balanced ship front to the back. So let's see how our parameters look in terms of roll. Yes, roll will be high because I got some side guns. It's not going to be easy to balance that. In fact, it's going to be very impossible to do that. Let me just grab a few snapshots of this beauty. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. So, now that we have all the pictures taken, now that we have our ship ready to roll, I guess it's time to do some battle. So let's get started. Right. It is going to be very, very, very interesting. We are getting some errors from the game, which is normal. So, Empire of Japan against United States. Okay, enemies to the north. So, I don't really have armor to fight against the enemy. So I assume that I probably won't live long enough to actually fire at the enemy. However, if I do, this is going to be very, very interesting. I'm expecting first shots to land next to me very soon. Mostly because enemy probably has radar. Enemy will probably have like 15 or 16-inch guns. So I'm not sure how long this battle will last and how well this ship will do in this battle. But yes, these are first ranging shots, and they landed very, very close to me. So I'm going to try to zigzag towards the enemy because that's my best chance. I got only 9-inch guns and I need to do something in order to be able to close the distance in the first place. Until I can spot the enemy and open fire, there is no point in trying to sail in straight line or improve my accuracy in general, because my guns can't do anything if they can't fire. So that's going to be my first task. And then I need to figure out how to eventually win. So I've spotted the enemy, and immediately as I've done that, my ship got hit by enemy shell. Providing that I have no protection against the enemy or against any flooding or fire, I'm pretty much doomed. I'm not sure what's enemy's accuracy, but shells are falling very, very close to me. And even though my accuracy is currently at 13%, my ship is in very, very bad shape already. So let's have a quick look at the enemy until we can spot it. So enemy has very, very interesting design, I'm not going to lie. He has two double, what looks like I don't know, 16, 17 inch guns probably at the front of his superstructure. And that's pretty much it. I'm not sure how well my ship will do against this monstrosity. It's not looking very good to me already. So I don't see high chances against this battleship. It is probably well, it is probably my end already. I do have impressive amount of guns. However, I lack any sort of protection against enemy fire. So while I can fire very quickly, I can eventually deal some damage over time. Enemy will be able to sink me in just few shots. I'm still suffering from flooding, and it doesn't look really good. It will take awful lot of time for me to actually fix this flooding, and I don't think I will even make it to identify enemy ship. I'm very weak in terms of being a battleship. In fact, this armament is more suitable to fight against like light cruisers, I guess. Perhaps heavy cruiser would be a good enemy, but nothing else. As you can see, my ammunition reserves are not that great, and I'm really suffering from that. So even though I scored some hits on the enemy, currently 11, 12 hits, I'm actually not doing any damage. Yeah, partial penetrations, things like that. So I can switch my ammunition to HE and see if I can deal any damage at all. That's my best chance, I guess. I still haven't identified the enemy. I'm at 57% progress, and surprisingly, enemy is not able to hit me anymore. I'm not sure why this has changed. Okay, I've set him on fire. Yeah, I'm not sure why enemy is struggling to hit me, even though I'm not that fast. I'm actually very slow right now. My top speed is at around 15 knots, and yeah, currently I am at 14.1. My engine is constantly being flooded, which is turning it on and off. And until I finally fix the flooding and pump out the water, which is not going to happen anytime soon, I will suffer from engine damage, which is making matters even worse. When I will close the distance to around 10 kilometers, I am going to try to switch back to AP shells to see if I can deal any significant damage to the enemy. I do definitely score more hits than enemy, which is very good, but this salvo looks like, ooh, partial penetration. I am being set on fire, and this one is spreading really fast, which means that I may soon suffer from some sort of nasty ammunition explosion or anything like that. I'm now being pummeled by enemy secondary guns. My secondary guns are long in range, but that makes not much of a change, because my main guns are too weak to do anything. Did I manage to deal any damage? Not really. Okay. Battleship Florida, 3.2 to 16. Okay, flash fire. Flash fire, that disabled my front gun, isn't it? Yes. One of my front guns is gone. Is it? Or is it just... yeah, I think I'm missing one of the guns. Yep, my front gun is gone. But other than that, I haven't suffered from a lot of damage thanks to this. So I might eventually be able to survive a little bit longer thanks to this. Oh my goodness me, it looks so bad. Right, another salvo is out, and yeah, I won't live that long. Oh, partial penetration and another fire. Wow, that looks really interesting. Okay, I am scoring quite a lot of hits, so this is very accurate design. The problem is that I don't really do any damage. I just suffered from ammunition detonation. Yeah, I am a goner. It's not going to last long. Okay, I am scoring more and more serious hits. But enemy has more than enough ammunition to actually deal with me. 198 shells is definitely way too much. So unless I will score some really good hit or cause internal explosion, I will probably lose this battle. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look so good. It looks really bad, in fact. Okay, but enemy is not that accurate, which is, well, it is extending this battle, and it let me deal entire 3% of damage to the enemy. But as you can see, any shots that I score is pretty much dealing no damage or no penetrations. So it's basically impossible to me to deal any significant damage to the enemy, unless my guns will finally decide to penetrate through the armor and actually get into, for example, enemy's ammunition, which is still possible. I am constantly reducing the distance, so with the reduced distance comes greater penetration. So that is my best chance to eventually deal damage. If I can get up close, hit enemy with those 9-inch guns. Oh, okay, I am now down by another 9-inch guns. It's getting worse and worse. I can show a little bit more of my broadside. It doesn't really matter if I'm showing any or not, because whatever I will do, enemy has more than enough firepower to deal with any armor that I have. So my best chance is to get up close and personal and hit enemy with all I got, hoping that I will score a massive critical hit, which is most likely not going to happen before I will die in pain and great suffering. Okay, another overpen. Well, this is one of the protection that I'm getting. No armor is the best armor, I guess. Especially against like 17 or 18-inch guns. Oh, enemy is also equipped with torpedoes, which have just been spotted. I luckily managed to avoid all of them. Not that much of a difference, really. But yeah, those torpedoes would probably devastate me entirely. Right, I am scoring partial penetrations, and I've even managed to cause a ricochet, which is hilarious, providing that I got no armor at all. Right, this battle became much more emotional. Okay, penetration, rather damage, fantastic. So I am dealing some damage to the enemy. I am doing something. Can I eventually penetrate like ammo storage and cause a massive detonation? Okay, I just lost another turret. That's very unfortunate. But I still got some guns. I still got some ammunition, and I can still fight, hopefully. Right, ricochet. Yeah, we are getting We are getting killed slowly and painfully, but I am continuing this fight because I'm Samurai Jack. Oh my goodness me, this is hilarious. Right. It's definitely not one of the designs that I was even remotely hoping that it's gonna work. But the battle was kind of, well, interesting, yeah, perhaps. It is very interesting to see that this ship has survived for so long. In fact, enemy is down to 170 shells, so that highlights that AI is actually building something, and that is somewhat balanced with your design. Well, maybe apart from the fact that that he has nearly, well, twice bigger guns than your guns. So yeah, it's not looking good. We are still alive. And even though we are not going to come out of this battle successful and on a winning side, I don't see it happening. We are still fighting. We continue that fight, even though it's uneven and unfair. We got much less guns than we used to have, but we still fight. We continue this fight, and we shall lose, taking as much of the enemy as we can. And in fact, we did a great job, considering that we got no armor and no protection. A ship that managed to take 11% of this battleship or battleship's hit points is a real success. Oh, but now it's our end. Yes, last 2 torpedoes are going to finish this battle. Or maybe not. Yes, they are. There's no chance I'm going to stop this flooding. So very soon... Oh, ammunition detonation. Yeah, I'm suffering from all kind of bad things. I am still flooding. And... yeah, it's my end. There's no chance this ship is going to survive. And I'm done for. Right. It was pretty interesting battle. Even though I had absolutely no chance to win. It was nice to see this design work, or how this design works. As you can see, 9-inch guns were the reason why this ship had absolutely no chance. If I would have bigger guns, I could have count for lucky shots or for anything that will cause enemies ammunition to detonate. Because 18-inch guns can create a very nasty hole in your hull. Also, 18-inch ammunition can cause a very nasty detonation, which can cause your ship to be destroyed immediately, regardless of how much power against the enemy you have, how much more powerful you are. We've seen that in lots of gun series where I had a massive, very modern battleship that got sunk by more obsolete constructions just because they scored a one lucky hit near my guns. They ignited the ammunition, they set off flash fire, and it caused my ship to die from pretty much full HP to 0 in just one go. This couldn't happen when I got 9-inch guns. There's absolutely no chance for me to do anything. I would have to get very, very close to the enemy in order to be able to do some damage. However, this battle also highlighted few other things. So lack of armor is not exactly a bad thing. As you could see, 18-inch guns were over-penetrating my ship. which means they deal very little to no damage. It is still lack of armor, yes, so any or some armor is very needed, because same as we bounced few of the shells, which managed to hit our belts, which was fairly good. We also managed to see some over penetrations, and mostly enemy was over penetrating our ship. It doesn't change the fact that we were much weaker, and as a result we died. Anyway, we put up some fight, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And finally, before I will finish this video, I would like to encourage you to join my Discord, post your crazy designs, or post any scenarios that you would like to see in this series, and I'm more than happy to look into them and try to create them in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It is a very powerful tool, and even if you create something that I can't build, or even if your design would include some elements that I can't use, I just use something that I can or won't use anything in that equipment section. So feel free to post your designs, feel free to post your crazy scenarios, and I'm more than happy to actually look into them. And finally, just join the Discord, have fun and enjoy your time there. You might find some cool people to chat with. Right, so thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you want to get informed about my new content, hit that notification bell button, and don't forget to share your comments down below. Have a great day and see you all later. Later. Out.